I'm going to back off from being helpful to Black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off.
Black America, what are we gonna do? We ain't getting those Dilbert checks no more. Oh God!
Corey, we're doomed.
And I've been announcing it, but I'm gonna announce it again, that we have sold out all of our highest tier tickets for Double Toasted Live in Brooklyn, New York. That's gonna be April 1st. I know our community has a lot of Dilbert fans in it. They love that early to late 90s, early 2000s office humor. People just love cubicle humor. You know? And who does it better than old Dilbert right here? Oh, but all you Dilbert fans were a little shocked to learn that, what's my man's name?
Scott Adams.
Scott Adams. And Scott Adams is crazy. And also, and as we talked about, this guy has been on, he's been on this path for a while.
He has. Yeah, even when this news broke today, I was like, "Oh, now it's news." He's been saying crazy shit for a while. He outed himself as a hardcore right-wing Republican, and then just became a troll.
Yeah,
and quickly.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the man started out as opinionated. All right, you got your opinions, I got mine. Then he became very opinionated, as in very right-wing. All right. I don't expect everybody to think like me, so it'll make the world go around. And then he just turned to a tick. He just got online and just started saying, just one of those guys, man, who's got enough money now where he just gets in front of a camera and say, you know, I can say any goddamn thing I want to. What you gonna do about it?
Well, honestly, he was doing that before.
But he was making a lot of money because Dilbert's been in there for a while.
Yeah. No, Dilbert's a multi-billion-dollar cottage industry.
He took a long time to just say, I'm racist. Took even longer time to say black people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the man said. He really pretty much looked at the camera and said, I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I admire this guy.
Right? Don't you appreciate that he just came out and said it?
Man, I gotta tell you something. I'm not approving it at all. I'm not even, I think it's disgusting what he said, but goddamn, I admire the honesty. It's refreshing.
We know where we stand.
Instead of all you racists out there, I will tell you this, learn from this man. Because he just came out with it. He wasn't talking a bunch of crazy shit and trying to backpedal saying, well, I'm not racist. Well, actually, he did say that, but you know.
Yeah.
But he did come out and just.
But nothing he said was coded.
But no, he came right out with it. This man wasn't politicians trying to appeal to everybody. Mm-hmm. Sitting up here trying to talk about the blacks, vote for me, and then speaking in code to other. By the way, that code, I speak your language. I know what the hell you're talking about. You ain't hiding from nobody. He wasn't doing no double talk. He wasn't sitting up here saying, well, I mean, just because I said this doesn't mean I'm racist. No, it does. This man came right out with it, and I appreciate it. I know where he's coming from. Mm-hmm. So what exactly did he say? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at this video. It's a segment from a video that's almost an hour long, but this, it's about, I believe about 3 minutes. I don't know if I'll play the whole thing, but I mean, maybe I will, because it's my man put it out there. He said a mouthful. And like I said, it's about an hour, this video, but this is the one that stood out right here. This is the section that everybody's talking about.
If nearly half of all blacks are not okay with white people, that's a hate group.
I see what happened here. See, this is stupid, right? And I see what happened. I mean, it's clear. He finally just became old cranky white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before he was kind of talking, politics and whatnot. Now he's old. He's straight up black.
According to this poll, what poll?
Yeah, doesn't even reference
the poll that's up his ass right now. It's so illogical what this man is talking about. It makes no sense. And I'm gonna tell you what he's talking. I'm gonna tell you what he's trying to do. I'm gonna tell you what he's doing rather, because he read a poll. I have to. It was something where he took it and and needless to say, he ran with it.
Yeah.
That's a hate group, and I don't want to have anything to do with them. And I would say, based on the current way things are going, the best advice I would give to white people is to get the hell away from black people.
Chris, get out of here, man. It's 1, 2, shit,
3 black people.
Look beside you. Block the door. Don't let him out of here.
Don't tell me now.
No. Chris is
Help me.
Give him at least a 10 count head start.
Dilbert, help me.
You got another one there. I'll tell you what, we'll give you a head start, but you got to take the window.
Oh, God. I'm not going to make it.
So here I'm just quoting Don Lemon. When he lived in a mostly black neighborhood, there were a bunch of problems that he didn't see in white neighborhoods.
Hey, bitch, look, you go to a mostly white neighborhood where they're poor,
Yeah.
and they're gonna have those problems too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take your ass over to the trailer park. You see them. You used to see the cops every week out there in the underwear, mullets and shit. Damn, alcoholic broads, titties down to their knees, smoke with cigarette in their hand.
Yeah. Everybody's on meth.
Everybody teeth missing. Yeah, you know, this is the guy that cherry picks his information to back up his already existing beliefs.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah, to validate everything he's already felt. But no, I read a post.
And I quoted Don Lemon.
Yeah.
He's a black guy.
He's a black guy.
Look
You
at
know? I mean, I don't want to move it next to me, but hey, he's speaking truth.
So I think it makes no sense whatsoever as a white citizen of America to try to help black citizens anymore.
Yeah.
When did you ever help?
You
black
weren't
citizens?
helping nobody anyway. I can guarantee you that. You weren't helping a damn person.
Yeah, even a recluse just collecting checks.
Yeah, what did you do? Hold the door open for somebody or something? What did you do? Let me see your bank account and what your philanthropy habits are like. What did you give to?
Now, I can't say that Scott Adams did help me. Back when I used to go interview for jobs, and seriously, Dilbert cartoons were my canary in a coal mine. Because if I go interview, it goes well, and I would say, hey, can I look around? They were like, sure. And I would check the cubicles. And if the employees had Dilbert cartoons posted up, that told me that there was a lot of bureaucracy and they hated that job. And I would go like, okay, this is what they're not telling me. I'm not taking this.
Interesting. Huh?
He didn't help you.
Oh, Dilbert helped.
Dilbert helped you. Dilbert, yeah.
I was just about to say, Dilbert helped you. He didn't do anything. That damn cartoon helped your ass. And he's probably racist too. Shit, if you didn't take that job, Dilbert was probably like, good. Or Dilbert would have been like, I'm sorry, sir, the janitor position is closed. God damn. Yo, hey, listen, I have like a 6 degrees of separation with this guy.
Oh, yeah. What's the story?
Yeah, I'll tell you in a little bit.
Makes sense. I'm going to back off from being helpful to black America because it doesn't seem like it pays off.
Black America, what are we gonna do? We ain't getting those Dilbert checks no more. Oh God!
Corey, we're doomed.
Oh shit! Chris, talk to him. Please.
I can't, man.
Talk to your boy.
He spoke his mind.
White to white. Talk to him.
I don't think I can do that. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna lose my house, man. I ain't getting no Dilbert checks no more. Shit. Oh, Scott, don't do this, man. Please. Look into your heart. Come on, Scott, I'll suck your dick, man. Please.
And the only outcome is I get called a racist. That's the only outcome.
Because you're that's why. I don't know. I wonder why you called a racist. Because you say shit like that.
See?
Proved his point.
No, he proved everybody else's point. But everybody already thought about this guy.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to help black Americans if you're white. Totally not trying.
Ooh.
And
another thing. I'm telling you, he's just old now. He's finally reached that moment where he's like, I'm old, I'm white, and I got money. So he's just standing out in his yard talking about the blacks. When there's no blacks around, by the way, because I can tell you.
He already said he moved to a neighborhood that had a low population of blacks, which is like a no population of blacks.
No population at all. When he says low, he means cleaning around the offices and shit.
They might drive by every so often.
Yeah, they're talking about the dude that picks up his trash or something. And I can tell you where he came from, there were no blacks around.
No.
Yeah, y'all know what he's talking about. He makes it sound like he was living in the hood. So, I had to get out of there, man. I said, I made something myself.
There we go. And I'm also really sick of seeing video after video of black Americans beating up non-black citizens.
Where is that?
Where are you watching these videos? Where are you looking at these videos, man? Again, you're being very selective with what information you want to give to yourself. You know, you're cherry picking all this shit. But I would love to talk to this guy. I mean, I'm being serious. I wouldn't even attack him. I would love for Kevin to get him on because I would love to ask him, show me where you got this from. Show me the videos. Where you going?
He's stating it's like it's an epidemic or something like that. Like it's a thing that keeps happening. It's like, well, there you go.
Yeah, you're right. He's talking about like that's a great word. Like it's an epidemic. Silliness.
I realize it's anecdotal. I look on social media and there's some black person beating the shit out of some white person, right? So I quit.
There must be a specific channel he goes to. I look at videos online all the time, and I don't see that.
It's probably a lot of these, right-wing YouTubers
That's exactly
that look for these kind of stories or anything.
Yeah. Of course, it's newspapers are dropping this left and right. I heard Stormfront is actually going to pick this up, man, and start running it.
Stormfront?
Oh, yeah, the white nationalist newspaper that comes out.
Yeah. Well, man, you joke, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's picked up by like the Daily Wire or things like this. They would love to have someone like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
She'll be interviewed on Alex Jones and everything. So
yeah, because even I believe, look, the man can say whatever he wants to. I'm not talking about. He said what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
Because now you got the free speech people coming out talking about this man's being punished for saying whatever he wanted to say. When the gonna learn? Free speech is not free. And if it was something that didn't fit his political agenda, he'd be talking about those people should be censored. Yeah. Those people shouldn't be saying things.
Nobody's putting him in jail for what he said. He's free.
You have consequences, all right, when you say things. His comic is being dropped because these newspapers, rightfully so, don't want to be associated with somebody who says a bunch of racist shit. Now he has the right to say it, and he did say it. And he said it in his own form right there. But don't expect other people who you work for or people who pay your bills, to actually be accountable for your words, which are very harmful and also just not true. Stupid ass. So all the like Elon Musk now, all these free speech people, they're coming out championing somebody who said a bunch of dumb things, and now they're trying to treat him like a victim.
Yeah.
No, this guy's not a victim.
He's not a victim. No. And nobody's putting him in jail over what he said.
He's an adult. He's a rich adult. He chose to say what he wanted to say. So let him deal with the consequences. If he's that confident in what he's saying, let him deal with the fallout. Because I can tell you right now, they're trying to make it, and they're trying to frame it like a lot of people like, well, he's white. And that's right. That's really why he's, white males, right? We're suffering. See, I told you. Listen, if I did a comic that was highly syndicated, and I got online like him and said, white people are evil, kill them all, or separate from them. I can't stand them. You think they would keep my comic?
They might. But if you said it about the Jews, you're gone.
Oh, gone, yeah, definitely. And listen, I said it about the whites. They get rid of you too. You just say things that are false and hurtful, you're going to suffer the consequences. That's what it comes down to. But mostly, all the shit that he's saying, it's another person that, again, is going through and just finding information that reinforces beliefs they already had.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he can't act like, oh, I was fine and then I came across this information and now I have a total different perspective. He was saying this and thinking this way already.
Yeah, the people like him talk this crazy shit. They're looking for things to back them up, to reinforce what they feel. The only thing I say is shit about him. I was like, man, just, I was praising him for like speaking truth, but really just be honest with yourself and just say, you just don't like black people.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say. Don't say this because of one poll you read. That don't happen like that. Mm-hmm. This is stuff that you believe for a long time and you just want to, instead of telling yourself that you are indeed a racist, you're trying to find things that, well, the news said this, and this poll said that, and this information says this. So I'm not a racist. I'm just reading what's out there. You can't blame me for having a reaction to that. Yeah,
From his admittedly anecdotal information, he has labeled a whole race of people as a hate group.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that's nonsensical.
Just trying to find an excuse to back up your racism so you don't have to say you're a racist. So you know what? You a cowardly bitch too. Because if you were real, I mean, if you were really real, you wouldn't do that. You say, no, I just don't like black people. And I'd respect you even more if you said that. Tell you what I had close with this guy. So years ago, I was doing some work with the guy that did the comic strip Over the Hedge.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was doing some stuff. You know that comic strip? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was doing some stuff. The guy lives not too far from here. And I was doing some animation with him. We were working on a project together. And then he started doing, I think he started like helping Scott, what's his name? Scott Daniel? Adams. He was helping Scott Adams with the Dilbert project, animated project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think he was helping produce it or something. Anyway, he called me up and he said, Scott Adams heard your voice. And he thinks you'd be perfect for that damn dog, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Dogbert.
Yeah.
And I remember being taking that call and the guy was telling me, man, do your voice. No matter what I said, I said, I don't know what voice you're talking about. He said, man, talk like you. I said, I'm talking like me, man. You know, he said, read that line like you talk. And I guess maybe I was being self-conscious and not doing it, but he loved my talking voice. And then when I started reading it, they were like, man, you're just not doing what you sound. You know, I was like, okay, I don't.
Okay.
But man, I wish I got that job now, just so we could say Dogger was really black. Well, somebody said, put some steak on the court.
That's interesting, because I've seen people who done call-ins on radio shows.
Yeah,
you hear their voice, and then but they go into the studio, they sound different. So sometimes it's just the way it's mic'd or
that
something.
could be it. Yeah, because he said just read the lines like you do, like talk like you do. So I mean, like I would pick this up and like, hey, do you guys have any thoughts on episode 6? And he's like, but that's not you. And I was like, Meanwhile, people just frustrated with him. You know, what he's saying. Like he read a poll and it's like, black people are a hate organization. There's so many problems with this. One, anytime black people try to have pride about themselves, you know, anytime, you know, we weren't featured in the media. So we started Ebony and Jet, you know, BET, you know, say what you will. You know, anytime we try to do something for ourselves and have pride for ourselves, anytime we sit up here and say, you know what, because of the way, you know, we're seen by the public, the way we've been discriminated against, you know, I got to have pride in myself. So anytime somebody tried to come out and say, I have pride in myself, somebody is already ready to sit up there and say, see, that's racist. That's racist of you. If I say white pride, all of a sudden I'm racist. You say black pride, why is that not racist too? Anytime we take pride in ourselves and start doing something and start trying to, you know, make something of ourselves, somebody's always there to say, oh, well, you know, isn't that racist what you're doing right there? All black company, you know, hiring a large black staff. It's like, no, you don't get it, man. What you want to do is that you just ready to call racism. It's funny, you want to call racism to validate your own racism. It's funny how that works. Also, what he does not understand, like I said, man, he's talking about problems with black people without looking at consequences. Or without looking at the problems that are the foundation of the problems are the foundation of what he's talking about with his opinions here. You know, like he's never talking about the discrimination that goes on still today. You know, think about this, y'all. And I'm not, and again, I don't want to make it seem like I'm sitting up here pointing fingers at all white people, but if you are white, you can more than likely, you can move into any neighborhood you want to. You can even move to the hood if you want to. There are neighborhoods still today where they straight up say, we don't want any black people here. They will tell you that. There are places where they actively try to keep people of color out because they'll say, well, I'm not racist, but it brings the property value down. Black people still get discriminated on business loans, They still get discriminated on mortgage loans. They can still get discriminated. So many stories are coming out right now where people come to appraise a home, and if they see too many black people on the wall, your value automatically goes down. They have people actually come in and bring their friends and say, "Can you put all your white pictures up?"
Wow.
So that this is recent, y'all. By the way, he's not accounting for the discrimination that has hurt and still hurts the black community, and that's why poverty is still a problem in these neighborhoods. That he says, "Well, you're just violent people." This guy's he doesn't want to know any of those things.
No, he's grown up with a narrative of black people being poor and angry and violent, and everything he's gonna look at is through that lens.
Even Africans will tell you, man, from what I see mostly from and it's changing, but what I see mostly from American TV and movies, I see you guys being portrayed as ignorant and violent, and your rappers are always shooting each other, and your women are always shaking ass and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, these are Africans that say this. Now, I'm not saying they're kind of cherry picking too in a way.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, because it's like I said, if you look for it, it's changing right now, and there's a lot of things you can watch where it's not that. But still, there's still these spaces in these areas and genres where people of color, especially black people, are not in there. Are not, and even when we start to get in there, people start to say, "Well, you can't do that. I'm not used to seeing that. Why are you forcing this on me?" If we were to see more diversity like that, then we wouldn't have people like him just sitting up here noticing one thing about us, unless he was really racist and chose to see us that way, like he's doing right here. So yeah, man, this is stupid. This guy is completely ignorant. This is just sad. And one last thing, what he's doing right here, talking about, I looked at a poll and I looked at a certain group of black people, and all of y'all are a terrorist organization, or you're a hate group. I could look at what he's saying and say, well, shit, all you people are racist then. Judging by you, all of you are ignorant and racist and don't understand where we're coming from, because I'm judging you by one thing that you said, and I'm just going to hold it against a whole group of people like you did. That can work the exact same way, but we're not expected to do that. When we have an image out there, that speaks for all of us. It doesn't do the same thing for them. I'm sorry, man. You got anything?
No, you guys covered it well.
These Negroes get mad.
No.
No,
you're right.
No, somebody's right. No one should do that. No one should ever look at a group of people as being a monolith. Mm-hmm. That's ignorant. And this man has too much money and has made too many comic strips, clever comic strips, to not know what he's doing. This man is just, he's not, it's not that he's, he read a poll. It's not that he's looking at the news. Not he's looking at videos. This man is just, he's feeding he's feeding himself whatever information he wants to hear to make himself feel validated for those things. Guy, I really love to talk to this guy. I really would. I doubt it'll happen. It'd be fun. I came back like, you know what, Martin, he was actually right. We really weren't listening to him. God, that just goes to show you, if you're hateful and bitter, money ain't gonna solve that. You know what makes you happy? Not being mad at people all the time. Mm-hmm. God damn, I don't even think I got the energy to
it's exhausting.
Yeah.
I got shit to do. I stop talking about him. He's bringing my vibe.